Thank you very much. My name is Luba Konlova, and I'm happy today to moderate the panel. We called our panel is a bridge between science and industry because the representatives of Georgian and Armenian QA companies and IS2QB board have agreed to participate in this panel and share their views on qualifications and development of QA roles. So I'm inviting the panel guests, please, to come up here. But please feel as you are also a part of the board, because we hope it will be a live conversation between the topics which are hot for us, and you're also engaged in teaching students, in doing research in this area, so I think it would be a nice experience for all of us. So I will ask, please, you to present yourself, a couple of words. Please, Tinatin, can we start with you?
Hello, dear audience. First of all, thank you, all of you, for coming here today, because I know today's day off, and anyway, you are here. I really appreciate it. Let me introduce myself briefly. I'm Tinatin Tsirekidze. I have been working in software testing direction for 12 years in different spheres, and nowadays I'm in charge of software quality assurance direction at Liberty Bank. Today, I would like to tell you about our new plan, which is JOSTQB, Georgian Software Testing Qualification Board.
Okay, so let me do introductions first and then come to topics. Okay, Arshak, please.
Hello. My name is Arshak Balyan. I'm from Armenia, Yerevan. I'm co-founder of ARM-STQB, which is Armenian National Board of ISTQB in Armenia. I also work in IT company about 17 years and more than 10 years as a release manager and quality assurance manager also. And I'm involved in the trainings of software testing professionals in last 3 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Tamar Baratashvili. I live here in Tbilisi, Georgia. I work in Ozorix for a Danish company, Internode. And also, I'm one of the members of Georgian Software Testing Qualification Board, which Tigo mentioned already about. Okay.
I'll take this one. Hi, I'm Papuna. I'm interested in test automation and software development in general. Currently, I'm working on the casting networks project in data QA team. So I'm writing lots of automated tests for the data validation. And yeah, also I'm part of the JOSTQB, 3 of us and others in audience. And yeah, that's it about me.
Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Artur Mukherchan. I'm from Armenia, Yerevan. First of all, it's a big honor for me to be here. Nice to meet you, all of you, and thanks JOSTQB for the invite. I'm the co-founder of the Armenian Software Testing Qualification Board, and now working as executive of the Testing Art software testing outsource company, also involving in software testing related courses, education discipline in universities, especially in Yerevan State University.
Good morning. My name is Yosef Itkin. I'm CEO and co-founder of Exactpro. We are a software testing company focused on financial market infrastructures. We provide software testing services and tools to more than a half of top 20 global exchange groups. And I'm very happy to participate in today's discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And my first question will be, Tamar, to you. So, as a QA engineer which works currently in the profession, so what are the pains and pleasures of your work? And how do you feel that the methods described here and presented, will they be easily applied to your current job or maybe in future at your work?
Pains and pleasure, huh? Well, my pain actually is that when I get a testing task for testing, sometimes it is not ready, or there are a lot of minor bugs which could be like eliminated when writing the code. And actually, about the pleasures, our management team introduced a checklist for developers how to eliminate those minor bugs, which eventually, if they are not eliminated, it will lead for like wasting time and hence money. For example, if we are introducing a new form and there are a lot of new radio buttons or just buttons, and according to our standards or mockups, it should be in one way, and when I receive it for testing, it is totally in another way, and even sometimes font is very different from what is supposed to be. And one of the tiny aspects, points of that checklist is to check while developing this form. And for that, it will be much easier to test, and we will spend less time on it. This is a very tiny example, but it really helps us a lot and makes our life easier and more pleasurable, as you said.
Yeah, thank you very much for your view on that, Papuna, and I'm going to come up to you. So, as an automation engineer, what's your take on the future of QA role, QA specialist, and how this fast developing artificial intelligence can influence this role and its development?
As we know, currently, test automation really help us to avoid repetitive tasks, and test automation makes it easier for QAs to focus on the more important stuff and not routines. And so we could check the functionality of the feature for a long time already with test automation, commercial or open source solutions. But after some time, there came up even more solutions about covering more areas of the repetitive tasks for the QAs. For example, one of them is nowadays we can easily check visual side of the application as well automatically. And not only say that end-to-end functionality is correct for some specific feature, we can say that the screen and the user interface matches with the designs, and for example, button is in the correct place. So this can be also done automatically now. And there are also some solutions about writing test cases automatically based on the user behavior. I'm not sure how underlying technology works with this product, but if we trust those companies, there are more solutions today that can help QAs to make their job more creative. So the QAs can focus on the more exploratory testing, more thinking, more like static analysis, and less focus on the regression testing, for example, or the repetitive tasks that is done every week or every sprint. And I think in future I will not say that all of the QAs will be test automation engineers because there will be still some tasks that needs to be done without these scripts, and I think that in future QA role will be more creative and will be focused on the products and not on the repetitive tasks. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your view. Tinatin, I'm going to come up to you. So what's your view on the knowledge and qualifications of the current and future QA engineers? So what are the requirements for that profession from specialists currently?
I would like to mention that, as you know, Georgia has already become member of ISTQB, and to my mind, this process contributes of development software testing in our country. For my point of view, we have a huge, a lot of reasons why this process will be successful in our country. For example, we have at least 8 universities where software, where computer science faculty are persist, and only 2 of them conduct lecture about software testing, and our mission is to work close with other universities to cover this software testing direction, and we are eager to increase awareness of ISTQB in our country by cooperating different companies, training centers, universities to include ISTQB course into their study programs, and we are planning to promote ISTQB by different ways, use social networks, plan meetings, big companies, CEOs, and organize with IT communities to conduct
Thank you.
events about...
Just a quick question to audience. Do you understand what does ISTQB mean?
Yes, I wanted this.
Because
And,
we're going to mention it a lot.
Yes, and what about, do you know about GeoCQB? Yes, and I would like to explain in short what is ISTQB.
Yeah, just a brief description what this abbreviation stands for. And
international, yes, international. ISTQB is an International Software Testing Qualification Board.
Yeah, and
this is software testing certification board which operates internationally. It consists 45 countries worldwide, and for country added in this year, this company's main mission is to spread software testing qualification worldwide and contributes development of software testing. Its product portfolio characterized by level. It has foundation, advanced, and expert levels, and streamed that identify of clusters, certification programs, core, agile, and specialists. From the beginning, I want to mention we are going in GeoSTQ as a GeoSTQB administer exam the English and Russian languages. From the beginning, we will have foundation level agile tester certification and automative tester certification, because it's more demanded in our country, and such way we developed increased demand for certified testers.
Thank you very much. And Arshak, my question will be to you. So have you seen a lot of interest for ISTQB in Armenia? So does this interest come from students, from QA engineers, from managers? So what's your experience?
And let me, if I want to add that, please share us your experience, how you develop as a board. It's very important for us.
At first, we had a problem. The problem bring us to make some solution. The solution was the founding the community and the National Board of Armenia, because we don't have any special places where the students or just people can learn about software testing, and each person from our network, for example, were educated by himself. Doing this and founding the board, we were able to promote the software testing as a profession. For example, I can say that one of the points of ISTQB is one of the missions of ISTQB is to promote software testing as a separate profession. And the other step to provide programs for several types of several industry products, software testing as special lines of special areas of software testing. After that, it comes about certification and qualification of the professionals. And there is another point that training center accreditation. It means that training centers, training providers will provide right trainings for the software testers, and it worked for us during these last 3 years, and we have very much a lot of success stories during these 3 years. People from another areas, not from IT industry, came past these trainings and entered to IT sphere. These trainings are about the fundamentals, concepts in software testing, and it need to be known from each node, each professional who works in software product development company.
Okay, but from people who took up your training, can you say like consensus? Who are they? Are they students? Are they people already in the profession? Are just people outside the IT?
We had a lot of a different type of audience, also from students from regular universities, from persons who are already working in some area, and next year, for example, we are planning to make our course happen in universities also. There were no university courses for software testing, and next year will be our first and regular on regular basis, which will appear in CI faculty, and it is useful for each person in software company to know about the fundamentals of software testing, because everyone needs to be involved in a final quality of the product. Each one must think about the quality.
Okay.
Not only software testers.
Yes, thank you very much for your answer, Arthur. So I know you're really passionate in your profession, so I'm interested, how do you think will QA survive in the future world? What will it be formed, and will there be a bridge between, I would say broader bridge between industry and science in QA? What's your perception?
Thanks for the question. For sure, and this type of the conferences, to be honest, it's my first time when I'm attending with the content of the conference with such an academical background. which is really fantastic. And I think that all the talks, all the topics that we have heard during this conference shows that for sure it is the direction in a software engineering which will always find his place. And this conference shows especially the academical background of the profession, which is very important. And I think I will share when the videos will be available with all our students, so they will understand a little bit deeper, even much more deeper, the profession which they choose for their life. So the point is here that the gap between the university, between the academical knowledges, and between the companies exists, and it is how we are going to solve it will depend the future of the profession in our countries, in the worldwide, because so the point is here that we need to understand which type of the solutions and which type of the engineers, which kind of the knowledge base professions, companies are needed. So the point is here that we start to create and to promote the courses also in the universities to create those bridge between the employees and the companies. So because there are different areas in the software engineering, there are different roles, there are different needs, but we need to create at least the core, the minimum level of the knowledges that need to study each student in a technical computer, especially in the computer science courses. And I think that this type of the bridge will help in the future also students to find their career path. From my experience, I can say that the importance of the software testing related courses, especially in the universities, are very high because, for example, when I'm talking with the students in the master degree students, for example, they even first time heard about the software testing and find out, for example, it is interesting direction. But sometimes it's already too late for them because they have already choose their career path. And our main goal is to start establishing the courses in a bachelor degree programs, for example, so give the opportunity to the computer science students to know about software testing, to hear about it, to love it, why not, and to choose software testing as their main career path in the future. So that's one of the main goals that we are following up. And the point is here that also we need always to talk with the business sector, with the companies, to understand their needs, what they want, what type of the professionals they want, with which type of the knowledge base they need.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer. And Josef, my question will be to you, not an easy one. So could you share your experience of building this bridge between industry and science? What are the steps maybe which business is advisable to take? What are the steps that academic researchers are advisable to take to build this bridge?
Well, it is so one of the challenges that we have, especially in Georgia now, is that it is not considered to be a high-profile profession, quality assurance. It was the same when we started our business 8 years ago in other locations. So we did quite a lot of investment into our work with universities and also in promoting ISTQB. But say for ISTQB, even within the company, we have quite a lot of skeptics about the exam. Say we are paying for successfully passed exam, and we also have salary increase for everyone who passes the exam. But we only have 200 specialists that are ISTQB certified. So it is less than 40% in a company that build software to test software. So it is not necessarily easy to convince people that it is a good idea. On scientific part, we started working with universities back in 2013 when Rostislav organized the first conference. It was called tools and methods of program analysis, and there was quite a lot of universities involved. So we are trying both internally within the company and also outside the company to promote ideas that there are many interesting and sophisticated software testing techniques, starting from, of course, passive testing, model-based testing, and that automated testing is essentially machine learning. But I do think it is still a way to go. Once again, we work with universities now for 6 years with different universities, and there is no program yet established anywhere that will cover more advanced aspects of quality assurance. So there is quite a lot of progress on looking into the basics and including part of ISTQB syllabus into software engineering courses, but such things as applying machine learning to software testing, or how to truly do non-functional testing is not yet covered by universities, and it is a training that we need to do internally. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And my next question will be to all participants and maybe to audience, because we know that technology is evolving, and testers, they're becoming more complex. They're becoming artificial intelligence, what we call. And testers and QA, we need to adapt to this challenge. We need to change the qualifications, the things that we study, the things we know, our approaches. So how do you think the QA profession will change as regards to introducing these new challenges for the profession? So who has a view on this? Okay.
In my opinion, every QA engineer should start to improve their technical skills in order to go with the way which testing is going in the future. They should start learning of test automation, writing scripts for automation, maybe load testing and stress testing strategies, and Docker world is going to Dockerize and to cloud services, and they should start to somehow learn the essentials of everything in order to somehow be the very in the center of the testing world. So what do you think?
Can I catch up? Sorry.
Is not enough for software development because processes are very fast, and you should somehow manage to find bugs as fast as possible. And for this you need test automation, and also for this you need to fix this bug very fast somehow. Maybe artificial intelligence will cover somehow issues to automatically fix some bugs. For example, if there is a problem in storage space or something, artificial intelligence will identify this and automatically increase the storage or something like that.
Yes.
Sorry. Thanks. The point is here that I have a little bit another different point of view. We have talked about the technical background, about the scripting, but for me, there are one of the most important parts in the software testing. There are must-known knowledges, and for me, there aren't any type of the testers are manual or automated. We are software engineers in test, but the point is here that scripting or knowledges in a programming languages, it is a technical knowledge that we can get always. So it's not a problem to, for example, learn the new programming language or to write down the script. The point is here, I think that if we are going to fight with the artificial intelligence, as Popin say, we need to be creative. And so the value that for me the software testers giving to their teams, it is not about the scripting or not about working with containers or any other technical skill. It's about The mindset is about how we are seeing the solutions, how we are trying to find the problems, and how we are seeing the process, software development process itself, and all other points in engineering company. So the point is here for me that we need to be more creative and to make attention in another aspects in a software development process for sure, but never forget about the technical part of our profession. But the point, if we will think only about the technical part, for sure, sooner or later, it can be replaced, for sure. But if you have your own vision, you have a mindset, which in this case, it will never be, can't be exchanged with the machine learning or for another.
Okay, thank you very much. I know that scientific community already does some research on what qualifications are required for today's QA engineer as regards to testing artificial intelligence system and as regards to using artificial intelligence in testing. So, Arshak, does STQB answers this challenge? Does it cover this topic currently?
STQB?
STQB, yeah.
Not yet. It does not have syllabi which a course which will be based on this syllabi. It has not such kind of syllabi yet, but I think if life goes in this way, it will be soon. So it will, if it will be announced, we will know about it.
Okay.
Not yet.
Thank you very much.
ICQBs already started thinking about it because on this GA was discussed this issue, and we hope this syllabi will edit ICQB portfolio in the future 2 years, I think.
Okay, thank you very much. So, does someone from the audience has questions to the participants? Well, I have a question to audience. As you represent the academic sphere, the education sphere, do you feel yourself that you are changing somehow the things that you teach your students as regards to modern technology development? So what are you seeing maybe the change of priorities of subjects, of methods, etc., when it comes to teaching people, to preparing them to future life, to future profession? So
just a comment from university. You should, for those who work in industry, you should take into consideration the following small
but big
but important context. For example, I am teaching software engineering, and new tool appears. It takes me usually something like 1 year to understand, to know this tool, to become familiar, right? Because I'm a rather busy guy. Then I decided to introduce it to my program. Then I need to arrange my program. I need to agree with my department, because the program should be agreed in advance before course. So it will take another year to rearrange the program. Then it takes one year for students to go through this program. And then it's not the last year, usually it's not the last year, but maybe it's the 7th semester or 6th semester. So the student will exit university in 1 year or more and enter to the market in 4 years. After the tool, it's the smallest period. So in 4 years after the tool just arrived. No, not arrived, but arrived and became too popular enough for me to learn it. And you see, with current speed of progress, 4 years is really huge period. And this problem is not, I don't understand, I don't see any way to resolve it.
Just one comment here. In a syllabi that we have created, for example, for one of the universities, we just share there only the approaches and not the tools. So yes, it's about what we are going to talk and what we are going to teach and how we are going to do it with using which tool set. So it's another part. So I even delayed all the concrete tools or libraries I only mention the approaches, the pattern, whatever is. So because this year, as you mentioned, I fully agree, it can be a one tool that I'm going to introduce that topic. In the next year, it can be another one, the better one or popular one. So I create some kind of the area for me to that. So because I'm just mentioned the approach, and after it, I will decide. In this year, I will share these main topics with these tool sets, and in next year, I can use another one. So that's the point.
Yeah, Tamara, you wanted to add something?
No, I didn't forget. I was going to ask you that what you mean is that we as practitioners should not expect that newly graduated students will be like up to date.
No, I think. You know, what's the difference between theory and in practice? I mean, in theory there exist unsolvable problems, like Fermat theorem or something from this. But in practice, you can always find the way. If you really know the problem, you can, for example, we can try to arrange some, like summer projects, internship. So, but my message was just for you to know this issue. Yeah. But if you know this issue, I believe we can finally find a way to resolve it.
Yes, the first step is to know the problem.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, yes, please.
No, I wanted to say that with respect to machine learning, there's two things that we have to consider. One is that machine learning is a tool to improve the testing process, but also we need to be able to test the machine learning algorithms to be able to detect if they work correctly, for instance, through transparency or to avoid adversarial machine learning attacks, type of things. And so when we talk about machine learning as a tool for the testing process, you need to consider that actually the objectives are, what are the objectives? The objectives will be producing self-healing programs, for instance, or self-resilient systems, and things like that. So I think we should talk more about the objectives of using machine learning than actually talking about machine learning itself.
Okay, thank you very much for the comment. So, Josip, what are the objectives of using machine learning?
Well, first of all, I believe that people who work with complex distributed systems, such as clearing platforms, exchange platforms, back offices, they just underestimate the complexity and unpredictability of the systems that they operate. So when there is a concern that there will be problems with traceability or explainability of machine learning systems, it is based on assumptions that existing platforms that people do understand can explain why they do what they do, etc. As for objective, the main objective always was for me, and I've explained it on multiple occasions. If you look at any film that describes the future of humanity that is hunted by killer robots, in any series out there, the only way to survive is to have a friendly robot on your side. So, and you can check any TV series from Battlestar Galactica to Sarah Connor Chronicles, any TV series, the only reason why the heroes able to survive to the next season is because they have a friendly robot. So, yes.
Robot or a god, like superhero.
Well,
Robot,
maybe, but we cannot expect that there will be necessarily a Superman or I'm not sure Spider-Man or somebody, but we need to figure out how to build a system that will be friendly to us, has empathy to humans, and will help us to test other systems. Otherwise, it is, and the question of building such a system in quality assurance is essentially an existential question for humanity. If we will just be able to build the systems, but will not be able to build a sufficiently sophisticated test instrument for these systems, we are very unlikely to survive until the next season.
So I do hope we will survive, honestly, and I hope that all participants definitely of this conference and from scientific side and from industrial side, we will put all our efforts to that goal. So do you have any questions to the panel? Because there is even a prize for this best question from the audience. So if you would like to get it, you can answer a question.
My question? No. Is that yeah, it's just a comment. There's a long way, in my opinion, about training, preparing people to have these skills. For example, in my humble opinion, graduate students are not ready for this, to have this expertise, to read expertise, because during these 4 years they have to study, they learn, and we teach them separately these concepts. Either teach them software development by software development, for the sake of software development, for let's say 1 semester. In the next semester we teach them AI, in the next semester we teach machine learning, and then the graduation is over. What we would need is more interdisciplinary approach for teaching these things. In the graduation, don't see this happening in the graduation, but in a specialization course or in a master's, where they are mature enough, they already have a good background on software development, and the tools they need to test, or testing tools like JUnit and library and stuff. And also they have some basic knowledge on AI and machine learning, what this thing is. And then now they have some level of maturity in a master's specialization program. They would be able to give to this topic a more interdisciplinary, and then they would be able to have ideas, come up with ideas how to use machine learning to automatize tests, or generating tools, or generating content, or tracking features, or for software management. So I don't see this happening in the first 4 years of their academic formation. So yeah, we need to tackle more master students or specialization courses to help them to get the skills that we are trying to achieve here.
Okay, thank you very much for the comment. So we have maybe a time for final message. So if there is a message you would like to tell to the audience, me, for example, personally, I have a message that for me it would be interesting to know and to understand as a QA professional, which haven't studied at university machine learning, for example, but some of the methods, some of the mathematical methods. So for me, it would be great if I could access the academic research faster, in the area faster and in more efficient way. So I hope in future the results of the research will be more accessible by people in the profession. So are there any messages you would like to say, please?
My final message is that I would like to highlight that Georgia is a developing stage and needs a lot of professionals. And it's very important, every professionalism, and it is more than important to share this experience each other. And more than important to share my insights with you, which is interesting of this perspective.
Okay, any other? Yes, Tamara.
I want to say that actually we have to include the software testing in first 4 years of their education, because again, going back to my pains,
Okay.
It happens, why? Because they don't have this knowledge how software testing is done. And when I was delivering a course to master students. They were like shocked. Oh my God, so many things to test, and we have not even heard about, as also Arthur mentioned. So I think it is, well, it should be our goal to do that.
Okay, thank you for sharing with us.
So I think, in my opinion, most of the most important skill that human have is to be able to adapt, because not all the theory from the university will be applicable for all the projects. Not all the toolsets will be used in the project, so it depends on the size of the project, depends on the team, how senior is the team, are there all junior developers, are there like one senior and the juniors around the senior, and depends on the project time frames. So I think, you need to know lots of things in theory, but you need to be able to adapt and choose which tools will be applicable for the specific project and which QA process will be used in the project. So not all of the things will be used in all of the projects. Everything is different, every project is different, every product is different. And I think adaptation to this kind of environment is most important skill that QA engineer needs to have.
Okay, thank you very much.
The university must it must be a training, and the muscles of the brain will be gained from the university trainings, and these muscles will help each professional to adapt in a real environment very fast. The university must give a fundamental knowledge in a wide area, but surely you will not use everything in your specific area. You need to be so powerful to adapt in real environment very fast, and it is the point of the university to make the brain to think.
Okay, thank you very much. Arthur, do you have any? No? Thank you. But anyway, I would like to thank everyone for participating in our debate. So a question to Arthur and Nartak. So has anyone won the prize or not?
It's your responsibility, so you can
Oh,
decide.
no! Okay.
Luba won the prize.
Yes, I agree.